Marcus, what kind of challenge? I mean, you've dealt with Giannis for years. What kind of challenge is he, and especially when there's now better shooters around him? And what is your thoughts on this series?
We all know what Giannis is capable of, what he's done, what he's doing, and what he's going to try to do. So for us, it's just it's going to take another team effort. And with those guys, he makes it really tough because of how aggressive he is and how he can get in the lane, not only create for himself but create for those other guys. And he deserves a lot of attention. And those guys are sitting there ready for him to serve it up on the platter. So in a sense, it's similar to Brooklyn, but in a sense, it's different. Where there was a lot more guys on Brooklyn we could help off of. This one, you got to be cognizant of those shooters because they're shooting the ball very well. So he definitely has a team where, we know, and everybody in this league knows that, they've been to the championship, they won it, they're hungry, they know what it takes, they know what it feels like, and we just got to be ready for it.
Over the years, the phrase that's used defensively against him is building a wall. Just how unique is that to just what he does? I mean, he's obviously a very strong guy in the paint. And does that alter what you do at all in terms of switching?
No. I mean, it's just, when we do switch, once again, that wall still has to be there, regardless of who's on him, no matter who switches on him. He's a force. We know it. He's been showing it. I mean, dude's 7+ feet, wingspan 7+, and he's athletic with it. So, and he's strong. So you're definitely going to need a full team effort. So it doesn't really matter who's on him. It doesn't change the fact that you still have to build that wall.
I have two. Ime yesterday, his quote was, we're a basketball team. We're not a track team. We're not running from anybody. How much does that kind of embody this group?
I mean, he hit the nail on the head right there. We not, we never have been. I'm not going to choose today, any other day to start. So, I mean, I love the quote. We love it. It fits perfect for us, who we are, our DNA, our identity. And not only that, it speaks for him as a coach, the coach he is, the player that he was when he played. He takes that into the coaching as well. And when you got a coach like that has the same mentality as you, it's always a good thing to have. And like you said, we ain't a track team, we're a basketball team. And we're going to play whoever is put in front of us.
And then how does this series change with Middleton reportedly out the entire time?
Doesn't change a thing. I mean, you still got Giannis and you still got everybody else who was on that team with them when they won that championship. So it doesn't change anything. It's for them. The next guy steps up and another great opportunity for them. So we just got to go out there and play our game.
Marcus, obviously Ime coached with the Nets last year and Ben coached with the Bucks last year. You kind of notice the nuances, I guess, of the game plan when they're kind of talking about specifics about, teams they coached last year?
Definitely. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. I mean, it's part of the plan. Guys go to different teams, coaches go to different teams, and then they play the team that they just came from. You're always going to get some insight, and even more now in the playoffs. We get, 7 games to figure it out. And so when you have those guys who's experienced the teams that we're about to go up against, it definitely helps to have them on your side. And they know how to game plan. They know what they're looking for, and they know what they want to do.
Marcus, you may talk about the impact of players-only meetings throughout the year, the monthly meetings you guys have had. What's kind of been the impact of that for you and for the team as a whole to kind of, air stuff out or, just go over things you're doing well? Like, what's it been like in those?
It's been great. We're all learning. We're all teaching each other. We're all learning from one another. If somebody sees something that somebody else didn't see, we're allowing each other to critique and make those right decisions. And the players only meeting is so important because it's one thing to have your coach come in here and show you this, show you that, and you need to do this. We all know it's a difference when you have to be involved in it and you have to be on your toes because you have to know what's going on and actually talk about what's going on. So actually being involved and participating rather than just having coach go up there and talk and everybody just sitting there quiet. Player meetings are definitely important.
at the end of game 4, you had that moment. Jalen gets the rebound from Katie's miss. You get it. You go in and you lay it up. And, you know, there's some talk about one of you guys should have held it. But there's Al kind of reading the play, seeing the pass, seeing you go in and cleaning it up at the end. What's it like to have Al out there saying, okay, I see what's going on here. I'm going to continue playing this play and not just think we're going to hold it and kind of bailing you guys out.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it. That's the game. That's who we are. We try to finish plays. You know, we never want to assume anything. Yeah, we probably could have pulled it out. JB, we talked about it. But at the same time, it was a 2-on-1. Blake committed. I mean, there was nobody to box that out, you know. And instead of going up 3, we was up 2, went up 4, you know, and give ourselves a little cushion. But things definitely, you know, we sit, we watch, but it's definitely, you know, just us, who we are, to have that mentality. Because it was easily for Al to just stop at half court and be like, okay. But he didn't. He kept playing, and that's the mentality that we have, and that's the mentality we got to keep, because nothing's for certain. You know, we seen that in game 1 against Brooklyn, where, you know, those guys stop playing and JT cuts and he gets a layup to beat him at the buzzer. So I was always taught to play through the buzzer, play through the whistle, and really just play and keep playing until your opponent stops playing. So we just got to continue to have that mentality, and the fact that Al had that was big for us.
Have you ever just stopped to be like amazed at the fact that you even have Al back and then he's here and he's able to do this stuff?
Yeah, man, I was 15 years of doing this and doing it at a high level. So, you know, we appreciate everything that Al brings to the table, his wisdom, his play, his leadership, and just, you know, his overall personality that he is. You know, he cares about everybody, and, you know, he's very selfless. And when you have somebody like that, you know, it's very contagious, and everybody wants to be that guy.
Marcus, everybody kind of discusses like the New Year's Eve game against Phoenix, and you winning that game as kind of being maybe a turnaround. But a week later, you guys lost that 25-point lead against the Knicks with Barry hit the shot at the buzzer. That seemed like the kind of the benchmark, the point where everything kind of changed. What happened after that? You guys are 37-10 since, but just was that just the kind of the low point, and how critical was that for you guys to just say, okay, this isn't happening again?
You know, obviously for us, you know, those times we were working, you know, we were trying to figure things out. So, you know, we were still learning. So after we beat Phoenix, you know, it was a good win for us to come back. And obviously, like you said, we lost that lead, but it was just a teaching point for us. Another lesson for us to learn, another lesson to figure out, to be put in that situation again and not have the same consequences. So, I mean, yeah, after that game and really after the first half of the season, everybody's just like, listen, you know what I mean, this is what we got to do. No matter what, win or loss, we can't come back in this locker room and say the reason we lost is because we didn't give this amount of effort. We didn't do this execution-wise and control the things that we can control. If we do that 9 times out of 10, we're going to win games. And that was the biggest key for us. No matter the outcome, just play the game that we always been playing and that we know how to play. And Ime's done a really good job of holding us all accountable. We've all done a great job of holding each other accountable for that. And I think that's what happened, and that's what started that changes. Everybody just, you know, we just decided that, hey, no matter what, we're going to play the way that we play. And we're not going to change for anybody. We're going to make people adapt to us.
The Bucks sat their starters, the last game of the regular season. Part of it was to avoid the Nets in round 1, but the other part seemed to be like they don't need home court against you guys, or at least they chose avoiding the Nets over home court against you guys. Does that motivate you at all? Is that anything that you looked at and were like, okay, I see something there?
I mean, it wasn't somewhere I'm just like, oh, yeah, well, this is something. I mean, it happened. We see it. I mean, it's part of the game. That was their choice. They decided to do that. That's on them. We're not worried about anybody else but ourselves. So we can care less what anybody else does. You know, they're the defending champs, so they have every right to do whatever they please. And if that means that they thought that by doing that, they didn't need home court against us or they weren't too worried about us, that's fine. We'll go out and we will play our game, and we'll let our game do the talking and see where it leads us.
Back to kind of Gary's question, for making fun of me. Ime, at that point in the season, also called you guys out for your mental toughness. How was that received in the locker room?
Very well. I mean, we knew it. I mean, it was everybody, we understood, this game is played, more physical than people understand and know. And for us, being able to have that mentally toughness that we needed to have, sometimes it takes somebody to light a fire under you. And, what better way than your coach, and for him to be able to do that, everybody accepted it because we understood where we wanted to be as a group, individually, and et cetera. We understood that we wanted to be a good team. We wanted to be a great team. And we understood there was going to be things that we had to do to get there. And one was looking ourselves in the mirror and understanding that, hey, it ain't going the way we thought it was going to go right now. What do we have to do and what can we do to fix that? And, like I said, Ime was the one to help us out with that. And that's the respect that he has earned from us. We have earned from him. And, we love him for it. So we appreciate it. And I think we all, at the end of the day, can look back and say, we really appreciate Ime for that.
Thank you for your time, Marcus. We'll wrap it
Thank
up
you,
right
guys.
there.